Hi, I'm Ava. I'm very happy to introduce today's forum speaker, Mark Randall. The reason why I would like to introduce his forum content to you is that he shares his 40 years psychology of trade experience. From my view, I think what he mentioned is real situation which most traders face. I hope his solution for trade psychology problem is useful for you, or at least his content can provide one way for your reference when you solve your self-trade psychology problem. From Mr. Mark Randall's view, the information he shared of the forum could be very important for traders to understand how to really set themselves up to be ready for the complexity of the trading. Still, let us start to know who Mr. Mark Randall is. Mr. Mark Randall from the UK is a senior financial market person with 40 years of frontline experience in investment banking. He worked for Royal Bank of Scotland and held senior position in NatWest Group for a long time. Over the years, Mr. Randall has found his own unique coping method in the stressful, unpredictable, complex, and changeable trading environment. Through the application of psychological skills based on mindfulness, he has constantly restarted, updated, and adjusted himself in his work and achieved excellent performance better than ordinary people. Based on his materials effective cognitive psychology theory and application, he later started his career of trading psychology tutor and shared his successful experience with more traders younger generation to help them cope with pressure and improve themselves. The market is complex and changeable. If you want to not miss the key details, you must ensure online awareness. With the deepening of our study of trading knowledge, you may have the same personal feeling that the market is too complex and changeable. The things that need to be considered and arranged are very complicated, and the details that need to be paid close attention to change from time to time. Based on many years of experience, Mr. Randall points out that the market is larger, is deeper, and more complex than many people realized. It is layer by layer. You can understand by a knowledge with the mathematical concept of the facts. The more in deep research, the more you will find. Therefore, in order to grasping the changing and all-round details, online awareness is very important. It's so-called the consciousness online. If you think of people as a computer, the memory and the processors computer power of the computer is that people's conscious think ability are not unlimited. If you run too many programs in the background, your consciousness is always distracted. For example, when think about the past and worry about the future are always occupied by various things. It is not enough to leave the conscious resources to pay attention to the current situation and detect the real-time changes of the market. This is the same thing as the computer runs a foreground program. It's regretted slowly or even machine cannot run. You must find a way to clear the background program, set away awareness the resource for the moment, and ensure that your awareness is online. So as ensure we can timely notice the key information, see the small and see the small, and ensure the success of the transaction. So the main idea that runs through the Mr. Randall's course is that conscience is crucial in training. So how can we prepare around the consciousness and ensure our consciousness is always online in trading so as to achieve better trading performance? Arm one's own psychological ecosystem around the promotion of the consciousness. Mr. Randall has been a trader mentor for many years. He is very good at convening his key ideas with vivid and understandable analogies. For example, he imagined his consciousness as a weapon and the trading market is a battlefield he should face. As a weapon, our consciousness is very strong, but the weapons are both powerful and dangerous. We must be careful whether this weapon is facing the trading market. It should affect ourselves. If our consciousness points in the wrong direction, perhaps our greatest enemy will become ourselves. This situation is common in his trading career. For another example, he compared the whole environment of traders to a whole psychological ecosystem. The elements of ecosystem are organic and dynamic related. In this section, Mr. Randall's lecture focuses on how to arm ourselves and how to ensure our online awareness around all aspects of the psychological ecosystem he relieved. How to protect their awareness. This computer can improve the speed of the operation and processing quickly, deal with background tasks, and expand memory. At the same time, it can prepare for emergency and solve them in time. It can actively face and learn to let go of the past setbacks and failures. In the courses, Mr. Randall explained in details what to do in these aspects and gave his experience as a senior person in the trading market. Regard trading as an elite sport and practice conscious muscle with a psychological reversal. Mr. Ram gave a vivid example in cross, taking the British F1 team Williams, which is famous in the international arena and has owned countless champions in the World Formula One racing F1 as example. The largest team, the hero behind the Williams, has 22 people. They need to complete 32 different tasks and change the 4 tires of the car in the less of 2 seconds. Imagine how such a high-intensity competition task could be completed so perfectly and efficiently without advanced psychological and practical reversal. Repeat, imagination, and practice. The trading environment and the trading tasks are the same. Traders need to be aware of the think of the completing many details at the same time, which cannot be done well temporarily. Mr. Randall suggests that we can regard stock trading as an elite sport and train ourselves like a top athletes. The method of psychological reversal is just like that. We are training the muscle of our consciousness. The muscle needs to repeat it scientific and effectively exercise. Therefore, the muscle of the consciousness also needs to promote its development through the scientific and effective physical reversal method. This psychological reversal method is called meditation by some Westerns and has highly praised by Randall of the outstanding complementary investor. In the courses, Mr. Randall briefly introduced the method of exercising conscious muscles through meditation. At the same time, he introduced his real experience of meditation. He meditated for 4 weeks in the 1980s, which changed him from a slightly negative, embarrassed, and uneasy state of the mind, failure and poor performance to better performance. This change has gradually become a permanent. It's obvious that his performance is better than that his colleagues. He can find opportunities earlier and think more creatively. Therefore, he has established a reputation in the market. Mr. Randall concludes that much of this transformation and success is due to self-management through the meditation. Experience, be able, active face, and learn to let go. In this course, Mr. Randall explains in details what to do in these aspects and gives experience as a senior person in trading market. Manage pressure in time and take multiple pressures to ensure light loading. Stress can have a great negative impact on a personal awareness of online. Take the initiative to the animated pressure through the various environment methods. For example, learn more about your products, such as establishing a reliable trading process, preparing plans in advance for situations that will suddenly appear and distract you, such as learning to accept failure, look positive at failure, and let go of failure. Mr. Randall talked about the many skills and methods in the course, which are some very specific, practical, and appreciated key post with your combination with his many years of trading experience. For example, Mr. Randall talked about the best trader he had known in his 40 years career. His trading performance was amazing. In 15 years of a contract with Mr. Randall, he traded 20 to 30 times a day, but never lost money. This successful trader has all set of trading habits ranging from the cleaning desk, where they sit during the trading, to the principle of stopping trading at a fixed time every day, never delaying of staying calm and only leaving without work when he comes home. We can learn from him that establish good trading process and trading habits and maintaining a good attitude can help you deal with things calmly, have a clear mind, and be well organized. In a word, although Mr. Randall's course is about the physical of the trading and how to find the ways to make conscious always online in trading, his method is systematic in order to do this. His example and question need to be considered to each trader involved to aspect trading and are practical. He is very senior trading veteran and mentor who is very good at guiding learners to think about understanding. After listening to his class, we will have systematic understanding of how to ensure that we are in the best trading state, and can also clarify direction of future the key points that need to be paid attention to, and so on. After listening to this class, you must have the same idea as us about Mr. Randall's lecture, right? Okay, that's all content of today's episode. If you want to learn more, subscribe to my channel. I will show you more info. See ya!